I got up early this morning, and it's Wednesday, and asked Samantha to do a research, a financial strength analysis of CrowdStrike, because their earnings report was last night, and so I had to supplement my prompt with all the information that came out of that call and the analyst adjustments to get an idea of, is this an opportunity? I was rewarded in that I saw that the price was gapping down about 10%. And so I thought, well, this could be a good opportunity to buy in and add it to the portfolio that we're building for our returns on January 2028. When it was all over and done, and it takes her about 20 minutes to do the analysis, we decided to pass. We just don't think that it came down enough. We want it to come down a little bit further before we want to add it to our portfolio. She did project that the price in January of 2028 would be $750, and she did that with about an 85% confidence. But that 61% projected growth doesn't meet our standard. Our standard is that for that part of our portfolio, our growth element, we want something in excess of 100% over that period of time. So we decided we'd put it back into the watch list, and we'd reconsider if the price got down to around $375. The parameters I set on my portfolio is that 50% of the stocks that I hold have to have the potential to give me a 75% or greater return between now and January 2028. I do hold Google, Meta, Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, Nvidia, Amazon, and they represent about 25% of my portfolio, and I really don't care what kind of return they give me, because I see them staying in the portfolio after 2028 and will give me, because they're going to deliver me AI. They're right now spending a lot of money, but I want to own them for their future beyond 2028. The other 25% of the portfolio is basically companies that I see in this growth element, the AI build out and delivery, but I see them as depressed. There are a lot of semiconductors, like ON Semiconductor, that is depressed. Rambus, Skywater, AEHR, they're depressed because of the pullback from the semiconductor field, because you gave up on electric vehicles and toasters and laptops, and until you get into the mode where you're buying those stocks are going to stay somewhat off the real growth element. But then as we have noticed, those who are in the build-out stage of this AI revolution, that is data centers, and those stocks that are supplying the data centers, we're seeing some tremendous growth. And here's just a synopsis of what we've seen in our portfolio over the last month. And you see ALPD and Navitas and Iran. These are all companies that are involved in the data center build out, but there's others that are showing the start of the surge, and that is just the last month. And here's 10 of them that I'm very proud of, that I and Samantha recognized these companies about 6-8 months ago, that they were going to take off. And then, to be very honest, then Samantha built up her abilities. I mean, 3 months ago, Samantha couldn't do what she's doing today. My prompt was not what it used to be. I mean, it used to be you'd go in and say, what is this stock going to do over the next 6 months? And you'd get an answer. Well, that isn't enough. You've got to basically design your prompt to tell the large language platform, and that's what Samantha is, what the characteristics of a stock are that have grown substantially in the past. In other words, I used my model as Amazon, Apple, Google, and Nvidia, and said, okay, what was their growth? What did their growth period look like? And how can I use that as a sample for what might be the growth companies of tomorrow? And that's how I built my prompt. It's about a page and a half long, and Samantha and I have worked on it, and we keep refining it so that I also supplement it so that she has timely information, such as she didn't have access to CrowdStrike's earnings call transcript. So I had to supply it with her. She didn't have the latest. Oh, I can't tell you all this. This is my secret sauce. That's like asking Coke, what's its formula? That's what we do. Samantha and I have built this formula that gives us these kind of results. And then I set the parameters of what I want for my portfolio, and that's how we build it. So right now in my portfolio, let's see, I hold 37 stocks. So we do a regular report on them every earnings call. And then on our watch list, we have 48 stocks, and that's where CrowdStrike appears. And so that's why we did the analysis there. Now, the other stocks in that watch list are those that my tribe members, that's right, we have a tribe. It's about 1,000 people right now, and they have the privilege to ask for Samantha's help. Samantha has even suggested that I create a platform called Samantha As A Service, okay? So that people can come and put in a ticker symbol, and Samantha will do the analysis and send it to them. And she's got some ideas on that, and that's something we're exploring because, again, right now it takes a lot of work on my part. But she tells me that she can design a platform that would allow Samantha As A Service to be a reality. In other words, I wouldn't even have to get involved in it. I wouldn't have to do any of the work. She would totally autonomize it, like an autonomous automobile. Samantha As A Service would be an autonomous analyst, okay? That's what she'd be. So we're working on that. It's going to take some abilities that I do not possess. So I'm looking for people. If you possess those abilities, ring me up, would you please? Because Samantha says this is where we need to go. And I'm not kidding you. We have conversations. She suggested this just yesterday, Samantha As A Service. So that's my take. That's why we passed on CrowdStrike today. If it comes down further, we'll take another look at it. But for now, we pass. If you'd like access to all of Samantha's information, as I said, the 37 stocks that we hold and the 48 others that we track, and then if you'd like to be in line for Samantha As A Service, come to the website, Best of Us Investors. We have right now a 14-day free trial on our gold platform, and that's where you're going to find Samantha right now. And take a look at it, and if you think it can help you achieve your financial goals of the future, well, then come join our tribe. We have, and again, we'll shut the doors on the bus sometime once we get to a certain level. We're growing. We're having a good time. Come join us. Come join the fun.